Black Sabbath is widely regarded as the band that invented heavy metal. With their dark, heavy sound, ominous lyrics, and groundbreaking albums, Black Sabbath laid the foundation for an entire genre. From their humble beginnings in Birmingham, England, to their status as global icons, Black Sabbath's music career is a story of innovation, resilience, and enduring influence. Black Sabbath was formed in 1968 in Birmingham, England by Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. The band originally started as a blues rock group called Earth, but they soon realized that their darker, heavier sound set them apart. Inspired by horror films and the bleak industrial landscape of Birmingham, they adopted the name Black Sabbath and began crafting a new style of music. Their self-titled debut album, Black Sabbath, 1970, was a game-changer. The title track, with its ominous tritone riff, often called the Devil's Interval, set the tone for the band's signature sound. Tracks like The Wizard and NIB further showcased their unique blend of heavy riffs, dark themes, and bluesy undertones. The album was a commercial success, reaching the top 10 in the UK charts, and marked the birth of heavy metal as a distinct genre. Throughout the 1970s, Black Sabbath released a string of iconic albums that solidified their place as pioneers of heavy metal. Paranoid, 1970, their second album, is often considered their masterpiece. Featuring classics like Paranoid, Iron Man, and War Pigs, the album was a critical and commercial success, reaching number 1 in the UK and breaking into the US top 10. The title track, Paranoid, became a global hit and remains one of the most recognizable songs in rock history. Following Paranoid, Black Sabbath continued to push boundaries with albums like Master of Reality, 1971, Volume 4, 1972, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973. These albums introduced slower, heavier riffs and explored themes of addiction, mental health, and societal issues. Tracks like Sweet Leaf, Snowblind, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath became fan favorites and further cemented the band's reputation as innovators. By the mid-1970s, Black Sabbath faced internal struggles, including substance abuse and creative differences. Albums like Sabotage, 1975, and Technical Ecstasy, 1976, were met with mixed reviews, as the band experimented with new sounds and styles. While these albums had their moments, they lacked the consistency and impact of their earlier work. In 1978, Ozzy Osbourne was fired from the band due to his erratic behavior and declining performance. His departure marked the end of an era for Black Sabbath, but it also opened the door for a new chapter. In 1979, Black Sabbath recruited Ronnie James Dio, former vocalist of Rainbow, as their new frontman. Dio's powerful voice and lyrical prowess brought a new energy to the band. Their first album together, Heaven and Hell, 1980, was a critical and commercial success, featuring classics like Neon Nights and the title track, Heaven and Hell. The album revitalized Black Sabbath's career and introduced them to a new generation of fans. Dio's tenure with the band was short-lived but impactful. The follow-up album, Mob Rules, 1981, was another success, but tensions within the band led to Dio's departure in 1982. Despite this, the Dio era remains a beloved chapter in Black Sabbath's history, and Dio's influence on the band's sound is undeniable. The 1980s and 1990s were a turbulent time for Black Sabbath. The band went through numerous lineup changes, with vocalists like Ian Gillan, of Deep Purple, Glenn Hughes, and Tony Martin taking the mic. While albums like Born Again, 1983, and Headless Cross, 1989, had their moments, they failed to capture the magic of the band's earlier work. During this period, Tony Iommi remained the driving force behind Black Sabbath, keeping the band alive despite the challenges. His dedication to the band and his iconic riff writing ensured that Black Sabbath's legacy endured. In 1997, the original lineup of Black Sabbath reunited for the Ozfest tour, much to the delight of fans. The reunion marked a new chapter in the band's history, and they quickly returned to form with the live album Reunion, 1998, which featured new studio tracks like Psycho Man and Selling My Soul. The reunion was short-lived, however, as internal tensions and health issues led to another hiatus. In 2006, Black Sabbath was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a testament to their enduring impact on music. Black Sabbath released 13, in 2013, their first studio album with Ozzy Osbourne since Never Say Die. The album, produced by Rick Rubin, was a return to their roots, featuring heavy riffs and dark themes. Tracks like God Is Dead and End of the Beginning showcased the band's enduring creativity and power. 13 debuted at #1 in multiple countries and earned the band their first Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance. Following the release of 13, Black Sabbath embarked on their The End Tour, a farewell to their fans. The tour spanned multiple years and included sold-out shows around the world. On February 4, 2017, Black Sabbath played their final concert in their hometown of Birmingham, bringing an end to their legendary career. Black Sabbath's influence on heavy metal and rock music cannot be overstated. They pioneered the genre with their heavy riffs, dark themes, and innovative sound, inspiring countless bands, including Metallica, Iron Maiden, and Slayer. Their music continues to resonate with fans around the world, from their groundbreaking debut album to their final farewell tour. Black Sabbath redefined the sound of rock music and created a legacy that will last forever. As the band that invented heavy metal, Black Sabbath will always be remembered as the true pioneers of the genre, and their legacy as the architects of heavy metal is secure.